We really gonna wait the whole another 4 minutes to get into it? I'm getting bored now.
Nah, just straight into it.
Let's just jump in, shall we?
Yeah.
Alright, here we go. I think all the audios are on. How's it look? Am I syncing up on that?
Yeah, it's perfect.
All sound good then?
Yeah.
Sound. And you said it looks good, like synced up and everything?
Mhm.
Like... Alright, awesome. We're good to go then.
Cool.
Let this fade out and we can get into it, but alright. So what we got then? What we got first?
So, should we talk about why we're in this predicament, Ben?
Yeah, so you may have noticed I'm on my lonesome today. Unfortunately, Caerphilly County Borough has gone into local quarantine. I hope I didn't dox myself too bad there. But hey, so Jack's not allowed over. We're not allowed to see our social circles at all.
So normally
indoors.
I'd go to Joe's on Thursday and we'd film this. But yeah, we've been stopped. We're not allowed to do that. But if we wanted to go to a bar or a restaurant, we could do that.
Yeah, that's
with
fine.
Everybody else. That's
I mean,
fine.
In theory, we could go film this in a bar or restaurant. It'd be a-okay. But
we can invite all our friends and family.
Yeah, more than just our fucking
They said they're
4
start
social
checking.
circles.
They said they're going to start checking, but are they really going to check?
How are they going to start checking? If they were going to start checking, why didn't they check from a fucking start?
Yeah.
And although from what I just said, the 4 social circles thing, Boris, don't know if this will be coming into effect in Wales, but Boris wants to start limiting gatherings to 6 people now.
I saw, yes.
Regardless of social circles, I believe.
In England, they've tightened the restrictions.
Yeah, just a little bit, aye. But he's come under fire for like some of the furlough scheme stuff. Recently, actually. I didn't think about how to get some of this onto... Oh, that's a different version of my notes. Interesting. Okay. Windows app. It's again, it's like I ripped on Samsung in the last episode for like all of the weird quirks with the software and everything, and how it's all broken up between all their phones and everything. Like, for example, Dex not being on the Tab S, Dex PC not being on the Tab S6, or like the Note 10 Lite probably not being able to have Dex Chromecast thing. Apparently that is coming to the Tab S6, so that's nice.
Yeah, but
recently got updates for it all, and now all my notes are all fucked between all the systems. Like it's not syncing up properly. Right, go on, bud. Sorry.
We have got to mention that nobody's gonna see that episode.
Yeah,
that
I
was
fucked the
episode
audio
3 that we had for you guys, but we had some audio issues.
So now take 2.
This is new episode 3, so this should be 4, but it is 3. It is what it is. It's not ideal.
It is what it is.
2020 is not ideal.
Yeah, really. Not really. Not at all. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, here we are.
So I gotta figure out how the fuck I'm gonna manage with my notes now.
So yes, Caerphilly had a high case rate recently, and it has got bigger. We're getting maybe 3 times what Cardiff is getting.
Yeah,
and when you consider the density of Caerphilly compared to Cardiff,
it's not great.
No.
I've seen a lot blaming the young people for the spread of the virus as well. It's like, first off, fuck you. I've been inside for like 90% of the year at this point. But also I do kind of see it. I mean, it's not going to be the grannies out at the raves, is it?
I mean,
like,
I would name drop,
we're not helping ourselves.
Let's just name drop someone here. Jake Paul.
Yeah.
Let's just drop that in.
Fucking
Let's start this.
all of the fucking influencers, all of them, they've all been fucking well, not all of them, but the typical ones, the ones you'd expect, they've all been having parties in lockdown. No fucking masks and none of that shit. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah, and their excuse is that it's their job.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like, come on. I'm sorry, but if you can't make responsible content in a fucking quarantine and like change it up, adapt it so that you can do it without having to have like 100 people like crammed into your house like sardines, then there's something just inherently wrong with your content from the start, I think. You know?
Well, I think we all know that with him, so.
Yeah, true. But it isn't just him, obviously.
No.
I don't know any other names to drop, but I did see Jarvis Johnson did a video on the whole thing, which was fucking hilarious. But yeah, rule of 6, Boris says.
Rule of 6.
So that's don't know if that's gonna make it Wales, but you know.
I'm thinking this is kind of the start of the second wave kind of thing.
Yeah, I was ready for this. I knew it was gonna happen, to be honest.
And it'll eventually be another 3-month thing over Christmas, probably.
3 months.
Yeah.
That's confident.
Sad end of the year and start of the year. Next year. Like, we don't want to start the next year with coronavirus.
Yeah, like it's gonna go for a full year thing. Bet minimum.
So sad.
Telling you now, because it's not staying under control, and honestly, the UK government's gonna fucking crumble as well. Like, it already is. It already was. It already has several times within the last few years. But
you had the worst recession.
We've just gone into another recession as well. Like they've officially named it.
And second wave. That must be why they're keeping bars and restaurants open, because
the economy can't take it. But like the furlough schemes, I seen. I'll have to just quote from my notes rather than bring them up. But for the furlough scheme, I seen there was something on Twitter. Where is it? Let's see. Yeah, so Germany, France, Australia all have done a 24-month France and Germany 24-month furlough scheme. Australia and I want to say that's Ireland 12 months. The UK is sitting at 8 months.
Oh, okay.
And Boris has said that he wants to rule out an extension, but he might have some changes to it. So we'll have to see how that goes. What's your next bit? But I'm processing all of that.
Yeah. Bit of a shit predicament, really, but there we are. So moving on, I've got some social media news. It's only a little thing. I just kind of thought it would be interesting.
Yeah.
So the owner of WWE, Vince McMahon.
Is that what you've put on into the chat? Oh, Jake's in the chat.
No.
Fair. Put it into the Whoa one when you got links. Yeah, if you got it, I'll bring it up.
I haven't got the link.
Fair. No worries then.
But yeah, he's banning WWE superstars to use their image for like things like Twitch and TikTok and stuff like this.
Yeah.
So the owner of WWE is stopping them from doing that, because I know a lot of there's a few WWE stars now that do Twitch stuff and TikTok stuff.
Yeah.
Making quite a lot of money from it.
Right.
So now Vince McMahon's trying to like ban them from using their image.
like ban TikTok from using their image.
No, ban the person from using Twitch and TikTok.
Right. Oh, okay.
Really proper controlling, like taking a tight grip on your. They're seeing that these stars are making loads of money off of an image that WWE's created, and they're
Right.
being like, "Well, sorry, no."
Yeah. I mean, I think that is within their rights, you know,
Oh,
like
I
copyright and
I
everything.
think it would
So
be, yeah, but it's still a bit of a dick move, though.
yeah,
You haven't got to do
yeah.
it.
I mean, in fairness, there is all of that stuff going on with TikTok and you know, getting banned in the US, being placed on the entity list with Huawei or whatever it is. Um, so that could be part of it. Like they just don't want to be associated with it because of the bad press. Like
Yeah.
I'm sure there's meant to be some sort of an anti-competitive lawsuit that Huawei's brewing up. So there's going to end up being one for TikTok eventually for all of this. I did have something on TikTok, but I can't find it. But yeah, that's a lot of bullshit. That is.
Yeah, it is a
Like,
bit harsh, but I mean, it is the image that wasn't created by them, so I guess
like
he can do what he wants, really,
honestly,
can't he?
I don't understand half of TikTok and what they're doing on there. Like,
Have you ever had it? I've never had it.
I downloaded
I've
it once very quickly and noped out like faster than I could download it. To be honest,
From
it
what I've
was
seen, it's
just
just Vine, isn't it? Basically, new
yeah.
Vine.
It's some sort of combination of Vine and what's the other one? Vine and Musically, because they bought Musically, didn't they?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, I don't know, man. But it is so fucked up, some of the stuff that there's going on there, like all the challenges and stuff like that. Like, there's loads of them. I like the nutmeg challenge for example.
Mm-hmm.
Kids are overdosing on nutmeg to get an hallucinogenic high,
Mm-hmm.
and
Okay.
like drinking cleaning products and shit like that.
That's
What
what
the
it takes to make
fuck?
it. That's their shot. This has
Like
been a
what?
TikTok star. It's got these TikTok houses where they
It's
all live and they all produce their content together. They all kind of sponsor each other in their own videos. So they grow
it's
and they gain more
it's
members.
it's so fucking dystopian when you think about it.
Mm.
It's almost like a kind of like like it's like playing with Darwinism and shit, you know? Like it's proper the only the smart survive, and they just have the whole like thing of like the making money and going viral on there to try and get you to do stupid shit. It's like, how do all these things start? Like, where's it come
Yeah,
from?
where does that idea come from? That is the question.
Like, there's been a few of the like hallucinogenic ones. Wait till they find out that the fly argy's hallucinogenic. Fucking that mushroom apparently was when the whole what's it called, Controlled Substances Act come into thing in the UK, and they were looking at mushrooms and everything, like magic mushrooms.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently the only reason the fly argy escaped, I'm probably butchering the pronunciation, the only reason it escaped being placed on the controlled substances list is because enthusiasts, like mushroom foragers basically, fought to keep it legal, because like it's a massively common mushroom actually, and it's like it has a really symbiotic relationship with all the trees that grow around it. Like you'll often find them around about this time, I think, starting to grow around like birch trees, silver birch. I've seen how tend to have a lot of them. But yeah, that's quite interesting. That mushroom was actually credited with by a few sources to be like the origin of the, well, not the origin, but it was thought to be the mushroom that for the stoned ape theory. Basically, the whole idea that man evolved because they took hallucinogenics.
Okay.
It's a Terence McKenna thing. He's a really interesting guy. It's a good listen. And also in the Indian cultures, it's also thought that the flyagi was actually the drug that they reference it in like some of the Hindu texts, soma.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, very interesting all that.
What went on there?
God knows. There's loads of speculation around all that. There's even a theory that almost all religious texts just come from hallucinogenic trips.
Oh.
Like, people point out a lot of like mushroom symbology and stuff like that in the Bible. Like, supposedly the halo is actually just a mushroom.
Ah.
Because whenever you see a halo in like the drawings and stuff, it's not. I'll bring it up on the stream now. Jesus painting. So like that one there, yeah, like that there. Because it's not so much like a ring like we're used to seeing it. It's more, yeah, there especially because you got all the kind of gills and stuff.
Mm.
So there's a few people that kind of link all of that stuff together, you know.
Does kind of look like a mushroom, to be fair. I can see it.
But yeah, that actually brings us nicely on to scientists have actually managed to produce the active ingredient from the magic mushroom from yeast or something like that. Mm-hmm. Scientists use yeast to produce magic. Yeah. So they've managed to essentially synthesize, what's it called? Psilocybin? Is that the active ingredient? Or muscimol? Something like that. Yeah, psilocybin. So apparently they've managed to isolate the molecule. So in theory, they might be able to synthesize it for like medical use.
Mm.
So they could use it for like antidepressants and stuff like that without making it legal, you know?
Yeah.
But still, if it does work as well as the actual like mushrooms, as far as like the antidepressant studies and all of that stuff have gone, then I mean, it's still good. That's still a good thing. Now I don't have the link to it, but there was also, I don't know if we might have touched on this on the last episode 2 that is, but there's been calls from a North Wales police commissioner to legalize magic mushrooms medically to fight off the lockdown blues. And he's going around with a petition trying to get all of his local MPs to sign it. And I, for one, salute him.
So go and just get a little bit, over the edge. Chill the fuck out. No need to go anywhere. Grab some food. Check on Netflix.
So have a good 5 grams and blow your mind, and you'll be fine with staying inside. You won't even care about death anymore.
You won't even want to go outside.
Oh, mad that, innit?
Mm.
It's not never gonna go anywhere, unfortunately. But I mean, medical marijuana is still not even available to most kids with seizures and stuff like that. It's ridiculous. Like, they legalized it, but no doctors will prescribe it. Because I think doctors can still get into shit for prescribing it if they don't prescribe it properly. So no one wants to, just in case. It's so fucked.
Yeah, that's fucky.
You got a point you want to go over, bud?
Well, my next point's going to be, let's just go to a different dimension then.
Yeah, go on.
Aliens.
Aliens.
Let's just start with that.
Yeah,
I'm going to
let's
ask you
go.
a question.
All
Do
right.
you believe in aliens?
Yeah.
Do you believe?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like,
Do you believe
I
that there
mean,
is life other than us in the universe?
100%. How could there not be? Like,
I mean, exactly.
I mean, there's a minuscule chance that we're the only intelligent life form in the universe, but in another universe, there's aliens. There's aliens somewhere, you know. Like, there's more chance of them being real than not being real.
And obviously, the argument is if you don't have any actual physical proof, then you can't say it's real. But then, like probably the biggest proof that we have that there's aliens out there are the fact that we exist. Like, and we the biggest proof of aliens. We are just doing what they would have.
Exactly. If we can, if a species like us that's on the precipice of being able to manipulate physics to its own will, then how could there not be like a cat on another planet somewhere? Just a lizard cat or something. It'd be daft to think otherwise. The real question is whether or not aliens have been here.
That is the question. Personally, I don't think so.
Nah?
I don't see the purpose. Maybe they would have come here once and never again. Like, I don't understand why they would keep coming here.
So
if they can get to Earth, they're obviously a lot more further on the
yeah, like that's one
scale.
Very strong argument against it.
So we're not really important enough. We're not as developed.
Yeah.
They see us as like them 2,000 years ago. And it's like, oh, that's kind of almost dinosaurs.
Yeah,
It's like us now looking back at like the year 1, 2,000 years maybe.
Yeah.
And how things have changed. Then yeah, you do that again. Year 3,000.
Yeah, like there's a few theories that, but not a great deal of evidence to say that aliens either manipulated our DNA from like one of our nearest ancestors to have us evolve into humans, or like they came down to give us some technology that helped us along or something like that. Maybe in a previous advanced civilization, or admit that could be one reason why they haven't come back. Maybe they seen like a massive cataclysm happened and assumed we were all dead. Like we weren't putting out the signals that we were anymore, so they thought, ah, shit, they're gone. But we just barely survived, and not even enough to have memory of it.
Yeah.
Like, say, maybe in the cataclysm that the Mayans talked about, like their great floods and everything. Like, what do you think of Bob Lazar then?
I think some of his theories, I really like his theories, but I just don't. I'm like the old space travel by moving space around you. So you just fall into that space.
Yeah.
I like that.
That's the way that it would make the most sense to me. That like there's that bit in Futurama
Yeah.
that I always mention with that. Let's see if I can find it
Like, I
now.
really love the idea, but
Then again, copyright.
that is something that I think I do need to see.
Yeah, like
Because
it's one of those that you would really need to see to be able to comprehend properly.
how do you create that? How do you make that do that?
Well, okay, so let's go back to atom bombs, yeah? How do you make an atom bomb do that? So, from what I understand, they basically have these two radioactive elements in the bomb, and when it like lands, it like throws the one into the other. So then when they compress into each other, it causes
They
a
explode.
reaction and makes So that's just from two little bit pieces of radioactive material smacking together. Yeah. So what Bob Lazar described with his ships, like you had that. What was it? It was element 115, wasn't it? Like he said, it was a little triangle or disc or something like that of element 115, and you put it into the console and it would almost act as an ignition system. So
Wow.
it's almost as if the stable element of 115, they had some way, some kind of circuitry maybe to be able to regulate it. Like who's to say, right? If you didn't strip away all of the UFO's components, right, and just put the key into the console, it wouldn't just explode like an atomic bomb.
Mm.
Like it's like with magnetism and stuff like that, like or the repelling energy and all that. I'm sure there's some sort of thing like that with nuclear, but I can't think of what the real world example of it is. I mean, when you think about it, if something is putting out that much energy, then it's like radiating outwards, then I suppose it would make sense that maybe it could radiate enough to be able to push against something.
Mm-hmm.
Whether that would be like objects around it or the sort of, it's hard to say, isn't it? Like,
Yeah, I know what you mean.
what if it's just like positive and negative radioactive elements and you put them together and it makes like safe energy? Or am I just sounding like am I just an idiot? Am I a
I kind of
genius
see
right
it.
now or an idiot?
I can kind of see that.
Like
Makes sense.
what if we just haven't realized there's like positive and negative to nuclear elements, and if we put a positive into a negative, it'll just like steadily generate energy. Like
I like that.
these ships, right? What if they're pretty much just I don't know it, because it's hard to think why I'm describing like off the bat. But describe what I'm thinking off the bat even. Like what if these two elements are encapsulated into this thing that are basically engineered to draw up any power that's emitted from the piece that's in the console. So they put the key in, it starts radiating that energy, and the all the like housing around the console like absorbs it and powers it into something, I suppose. I'm going way too deep into this. It really interests me though, like all the
Yeah,
Bob Lazar stuff. Like I
like
want it to be true so much.
going back to that, it would make like ever since I saw like UFOs on TV, and you
Yeah.
see that like disc shape. I always thought to
Mm.
myself, well, why would they have that? Because they're like not very aerodynamic.
Yeah, yeah.
But then if you look at Bob Lazar's
Doesn't
comments,
need to be aerodynamic. Exactly. Yeah.
actually is the perfect size and weight ratio, because with
Yeah.
that dip on the
Perfectly
outside,
distributed.
it's always going to be pulling towards weighing, well, basically weighing in that direction.
Mm.
So if you was to move kind of space and time around the ship and it was to fall through it, that disc around the edge will always be pulled, kind of pulling you in, if you kind of know what I mean.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like weight would be perfect for that kind of fast movement.
Mm. And I think I heard something like about maybe I I might be pulling out my ass, but I think Lazar mentions like the center, all the center bit, like where you'd be seating, is all gyroscopically stabilized around the thing, isn't it?
It would have to be.
Yeah, well, unless somehow they've also low key figured out how to like simulate gravity and hold you down onto the floor of the thing while it's also manipulating gravity around you. Unless, or maybe he said it works like a gyroscope. So when you create that time space bubble around you to move around, then it locks your. Yeah, that makes sense with the theory of time dilation. Actually, it kind of lock your space time thing to where you were at the time. Oh shit! So yeah, that like that almost fully gets around the whole problem of time dilation for traveling long distances. Like, the whole thing with time dilation is like where when you're under less gravity, or where depending on the level of gravity you're under, you experience time differently, and depending on the speed you're going, you perceive time differently. So if you were to travel to let's say Mars at the, it'd probably be easier if I brought up an explanation, wouldn't it? Rather than me try and
So what
butcher
does a
it.
more dense planet do then?
Time dilation.
A planet with a bigger gravity, with more gravity, what would that do in terms of time?
I don't remember which way round it is, but I think the less gravity you're under, um, the slower time goes. And the slower you go, the slower time goes. And the faster you go and the more gravity you're under, then you'll experience time. It's this is where it gets all trippy. You experience time at a slower rate to everyone else. So it's, if you were to travel to Mars and back at the speed of light, then it might have been like a day for you, but it might have been 2 days for everyone else. Like, obviously that's not to scale, but quick example. So like the one way it's always sort of visualized is like with this sort of diagram. So if you have like a light going up and down, yeah, at the same rate, then back and forth on these two parallel things, it's going the same distance. But then if you move it at the same speed at an angle, like it's basically moving forward, and say this is its sort of it's just going up and down, but it's also moving through time, right?
Mm-hmm.
So as it's moving through more distance, it still takes the same amount of time, even though it's moving at the same speed as it is here, but over a shorter distance. So, what's this say? Oh, that's just an equation. That's boring. Boring. See if there's a
Boring math
decent
stuff. Don't want any of that.
gravitational time dilation.
He's on the wiki.
So, an example of gravitational time dilation is like with the International Space Station. Yeah, I think there's that guy that was up on the space station for like a year.
The one who was like playing the guitar and shit.
Yeah, so he, they've tested this with atomic clocks, and it shows the same, and it showed like different times when they brought the clock back down to Earth, right? Mm-hmm. So this guy went up there for a year. So I think they figured out that he had aged something like a day. He was like a day younger than everyone else was on Earth, as opposed to when he left.
Mm-hmm.
Which it is wild. Like,
was it a full day?
I might be. I'll see if I can find it now.
That seems like quite a lot. They said they. No, yeah, they normally spend about 6 months or like a year.
He was up there for like the longest ever, I think.
Okay. So say a year. And you've got a day's worth of delay. Basically.
Here we go. Scott Kelly. That's the boy, and he's got a twin on Earth, so that stayed on Earth the whole time. So they've got like a 1-to-1 comparison with him. So let's see. So it's the time dilation falls in with Einstein's theory of relativity. So time moves more slowly for objects in motion compared to a stationary observer. And so if you're so with those diagrams with the moving thing, you're looking from the same place, but it looks like the thing's moved further, even though it hasn't. It's still just going up and down. Mm-hmm. They normally demonstrate it with like a guy on a dolly and like a flashlight or something like that. Yeah. So the guy will move it up and down, and you can see like with the trail, it's going like a relatively short distance. Then they push him, but he keeps moving it at the same rate, and the distance that the light travels is way longer. Mm-hmm. So how that ties in is it takes the same amount of time, so time's moving more slowly for the flashlight because it's in motion compared to the stationary observer that sees it move a further distance over a shorter amount of time. I know, a lot to get your head around.
But does it say how
Let's
long
see.
it was for 1 year?
Okay, so he's 6 minutes and 5 milliseconds. Oh, it added 5 milliseconds a year on the space station. So his brother used to be 6 minutes older. Now he's 6 minutes and 5 milliseconds older.
Oh.
So not much. It would be very hard to so if 10 years from now, if I look like I'm 60 and he looks 80, you'll know what happened. It's just up on the space station forever, like. So
so the delay was like milliseconds.
Yeah, so I don't know if it could ever be reasonable, at least for the International Space Station, that we could see like a full day or like a measurable amount, like physically, you know.
The International Space Station orbits at around 19,000 miles per hour, I believe.
Right.
See if I can find that.
Yeah, so I think even though it's under less gravity because it's further away from the surface of the Earth, because the space station travels faster, it travels faster than the rotation of the Earth.
Mm.
It kind of it compensates for it, you know.
Yeah. So the space station, yeah,
Yeah.
it travels at 27,600 kilometers an hour.
Mm-hmm.
So that is 7.6 kilometers per second.
7.6 kilometers a second.
Imagine being on Earth on like the biggest like runway ever, and just standing on the side and then watching something as big as the space station as well fly past you at 7.66 kilometers a second. Can you imagine
Oof.
what that would look like?
Yeah, that would be that would be that'd be a little scary.
That
God
would
damn.
be insane.
Yeah.
Like the Bugatti Veyron goes 250 miles per hour. It's going 7.66 kilometers per second.
What is that in miles an hour?
Let's have a look.
How many Bugatti Veyrons do we need?
In miles. 4.76 miles per second. And that, like,
So that's gotta be
okay,
like
I got it.
700,000 miles an hour.
It is 17,134. Oh no, is it? No, it's 17,134.932
Okay.
miles per hour.
I was gonna say 17 million.
So, yeah, Bugatti Veyron 250 miles per hour. The space station 17,134.
That's wild.
Yeah, imagine standing next to that.
I don't think you could. Like
Nah,
you just the fuck like I don't think oh, yeah, okay, so yeah, imagine you were in space and that just flew past. Like, do you think that would actually give would that like get like move you, do you think? Like would there be enough atmosphere for it to move around to actually like you feel a shockwave of it going past? Because I feel like you should be able to feel that. You'd be like a bug on the windscreen.
I know what you mean. But like, would it be as if nothing? No, I think that's what it is. I think it is just
That's
it
got
is as if nothing's gone past you. Like you just get off lucky.
that must be what it's like to be a bug on a windscreen. Oh goddamn!
Your mic was cutting off a bit then. I don't know why.
It might have been my gate, maybe.
Ah, okay. Yeah,
Hopefully,
that would be fast as fuck.
it would indeed. God damn.
Imagine just moving like 1 mile per hour in the opposite direction as it hits you.
Oh no.
Just 1 mile an hour. Like
It'd be the same, I think, wouldn't it? Like what's that? 0.0000% of its speed.
it's deadly.
Dampening.
He was just traveling at thousands of miles per hour.
Yeah, no wonder we don't have aliens visiting us having to fucking get through all that.
Like,
No wonder we have to be so precise with all our rocket launches.
We need to get to the go through the asteroid belt to go to Mars, don't we?
Yeah?
Where's the asteroid belt after Mars?
I think it's between Earth and Mars, isn't it? Or was it after in it? I think it might be after in the
No, it is
there's
after
some
Mars.
scientists that think that
But
like
still, it's gonna be fucking shit all fine out there. Traveling at God knows what speeds. I wouldn't be signing up for it. I'm just like, look, my lifelong goal, I would say that I have completed life by just going into space for like
Yeah, same.
half an hour.
That's like my ultimate what's it called, bucket list item.
It's
Even if I'm just like just want to see the curvature, be
mm,
able to be up where Rocket Man was, if you
you
will.
are just off of the planet now. You are just
Yeah.
you're not on planet Earth anymore. You're in space. Because that is
How
like the
shit would it be to have an outside window seat for that? Nothing but black void.
but
Too much light pollution off the Earth to see out into it.
that's why I say that we were we were born in the worst at the worst time
Mm.
because we grew up with like technology and all these technical advances, and they're really coming along now, but we're just too early. Like maybe the year 2022,
Yeah.
you're gonna have some really wicked things, but we're not. We're just not gonna be here long enough to really see promise.
Yeah.
We've just got the idea of it.
Too early to see the start of most of the technology, and too late to get to see like where it really kicks off.
Um, either I either say that, um, or I wish I was born in the 80s,
Mm.
back where there was like no social media. Like if you wanted to get all your friends or anything, you'd have to call them on the phone.
So I suppose you mean like 70s, because that only put us like 5 years younger than we are now, 5, 10 max.
That's true. No, yeah, but being like a teenager in the 80s.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah, so you have to be born in the like late 60s. Yeah,
Yeah, so I don't have to fucking deal with social media and all that.
it's just
People
everyone
siphoning your data.
just feels a lot less calm. No one's attacking each other all the time, and
Mm.
you've got to like you'll never see certain people. Like we see so many different people now on social media from all around the world. Like you'd
Yeah.
never even see any of these people. You can just go on your social media now and just see random pictures of people all over the world. You had nothing like that. You had the people that you saw in real life.
Yeah, there was
There's
like
nothing else to see them on. There's
mm,
no there's no, I mean, there's no like technology for it.
mm, like the best you had was maybe a call to another country.
Mm.
Like 80s, that was when technology was like really only just starting, so would have had bugger all to worry about, and we still would have got to have video games as well. We've had to sit through ET, but
To be fair,
I'll take it.
the generation that had the best transformation of video games.
Oh yeah,
We saw everything from the
but
Sega.
also the worst.
Yeah, but the biggest transition, like from when I was playing the Sega Mega Drive
Yeah.
and I was playing Streets of Rage,
Mm.
like compared to
Classic.
what we play now, the graphics. I know
Yeah.
they've somehow lost their edge, haven't they? Games now,
Yeah, they really have. Like,
lost their novelty. I think there's a lot of things that go on with that, like digital games
mm.
being a bigger thing rather than CDs and stuff like that.
Yeah, like I hear the Xbox One S series is gonna be disc drive on. No disc drive.
Yeah, well, they had a version of the Xbox One S that was just
Yeah, yeah. They've
digital.
got the option for the Xbox One X, but not for the cheaper one, which is interesting.
So basically, it's just
Oh,
look.
and also I did see that apparently there was a leak of the um, SSD expansion drives for the Xbox. 200 quid.
But how much?
A terabyte.
Wow.
Yeah. You can get an NVMe SSD for about 100 for a terabyte.
They are milking that cash cow, I guess.
And they're still using disposable batteries, making you buy the play and charge kit.
I know.
Or a third party one?
What the best was when we bought our DSs, the new versions of the DSs. They didn't come with the power cable.
Yeah, it's a common thing in China.
So yeah, you could just buy a DS, play it till the charge is gone, and you can't
then
play it.
you had to buy a cable.
You had to buy the power cable, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna need it anyway, so sell it to me with it.
Yeah.
Packet.
Well, what do you think about Apple not including a plug in their box now? Like I think they're still including a lightning cable, but they're not including a wall plug.
They're just giving you a USB.
Yeah. I mean, their default wall wart was still only like a 5 watt max charger anyway. I think it might be 2 watt in it. So it's not like you're losing out on much, but still,
But those
£1,000 and you don't get a plug to charge your iPhone with.
Those plugs are expensive, though.
Yeah, they are, and they're shit too.
I think they're like 30 quid, like the cheapest one.
You can get an Anker charger for 30 quid that probably has a battery in it that would charge your iPhone faster than the official one for 30 quid.
Oh, there's lots of kind of knockoff versions, of course.
Of course.
Kind of to it.
They're probably exactly the same. They just like don't charge the extra for the logo.
The official Apple one is £16. The unofficial is £6.25. So just buy 2 cheaper ones. It'll be fine.
Yeah. Or get a better, or get a fast charger for the same money probably.
Yeah, that's so silly. Of course I'm going to want to charge it.
It is. It's dumb, isn't
When did this start happening? I almost bought it without the charger. I saw it
So-
at the end. Oh, do you want to buy this? I'm like, no, of course I don't want to buy a the plug.
Yeah.
I checked and I was like, hang on, do I actually have to buy the plug? Really?
I wonder if they're going to have that option on the Apple website. Because they've been leaning into the environmental angle for it, like saying that it's to save waste and all that sort of stuff. But then if they what happens then if someone decides they want it? Is it that going to be more packaging now to ship it out to those people?
Separate. Yeah.
Like separate packaging, you know? It's dumb. But going back to some of the worst parts of gaming that we've had to live through, have you heard about Rockstar? Recently they had an update. Well, I don't know if it was an update recently, but an exploit was found recently. And apparently anyone that took advantage of the glitch has had their accounts totally wiped out.
So what was the glitch?
Essentially,
when it first
yeah. Essentially, I think there was some sort of like a sale loop glitch. So you essentially buy and sell this apartment over and over, and you can get more and more money for it. And apparently, every single account that that used the glitch, Rockstar has totally wiped the account. Not just the money; they've reset the levels, got rid of all of the things they own, everything. They're just a new account. Essentially, deleted the character.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
I mean,
and even if you've bought shark cards. So you could have put in thousands of pounds into the game, and because you maybe even accidentally, what if you accidentally stumbled on this glitch and thought you'd do it a couple of times, just because you've paid so many shark cards? What does it matter? A couple 100,000 or a million or two, and then boom, That £1,000 is down the drain because Rockstar has banned you. Well, not banned you, but reset your account, so you got none of it.
It's not their fault they found the glitch. They should have made the game. They obviously
Yeah,
tested
like
it.
it. Fair enough if they wiped their money and just left it at that.
So
But
I swear to God, they always come out like literally within days of the game or update being released.
yeah,
So
like there's a lot of people that tend to actively look for them. So you can see why they're starting to get a bit more thing with it. I mean, almost all of Rockstar's revenue is microtransactions, shark cards, and stuff like that now. Because when was the last time they made a new game?
that's true.
It's Red
GTA
Dead,
6
and that's
is,
it.
on the way. I mean, give it a few years. Don't get
Yeah,
too excited.
be halfway through this like they're launching the game on the new generation. So, oh, someone's taken a screenshot of the message they got. Hi, BMO Kai. This is a message from Rockstar Games. Your account was used in violation of our terms and service and or EULA found here. As a result, all GTA Online characters, progress, and inventory on PS4 will be reset. GTA Online characters reset happens for a number of violations, included modded data and or account sales. Please note that this is a no-reply email address. Rockstar. Oof.
Get slapped down.
Yup.
There you go, Court Robin.
Yeah, there's plenty of people like just calling him out like, you cheated, but get on the grind. You're nothing but a fake. So, a lot of people just it's mixed opinions. A lot of people think that you get what you deserve, but there's bound to be some people that didn't deserve it so much. Like imagine you stumble across the glitch and you're a proper grinder, like that guy was on Twitter that we just seen.
Yeah.
And you just accidentally trigger it a couple of times. They pick it up, all your progress gone, all your shark cards that you've bought.
You would be angry, wouldn't you? You'd be really angry.
Yeah. It's kind of bullshit. I mean, at the very least, if they're going to reset your account, they should at least apply the shark cards back onto it, like for the new character.
Yeah.
A very minimum, I'd say.
Nah.
It's just mean. It's rude.
As you did mention, the next generations. Do you want to go over the specs for the new Xbox
Sure.
console?
Have you got a link for me to look at?
I sent it in the Discord.
Cool.
Pull it up and we'll go through the two models. The one being the Xbox Series S and the other being the Xbox Series X.
Of course.
X being the most expensive one. Right, so if we start with the CPUs.
Yep.
They are exactly the same.
Yeah, that's interesting. So, assumingly... Oh, yeah, they are.
That's already
not exactly the same. The clocks are different, so...
Oh, yeah, 3.6 gigahertz. Which is still decent.
What's SMT?
SMT enable. Let me have a look at that.
Yeah, pull that up. And they have the same kind of GPU. The GPU is definitely different because they've got less CUDA cores. Hyperthreading, is it? What was that bit?
It's called hyperthreading.
Hmm.
A feature that is supported on Checkpoint appliances running Gaia OS.
Okay. I didn't know that. I didn't know that was the thing for hyperthreading. Okay. So yeah, the clock's higher on the Xbox X. The CPU might be the same, and they just got better cooling on the X.
Mm-hmm.
The GPUs definitely look like they're different.
Yeah.
So they've got the same name, but I would assume the Series S has the lower binned, probably
Therefore.
limited GPUs
Yeah.
of they're probably the same GPU, but the ones that don't work so well, like that's what this is. That's often what they do with the Nvidia cards and all that. Like sometimes you'll find especially with AMD actually, there's been a few times people have found an exploit where you can upload a custom firmware onto an AMD GPU and basically turn it into the model up.
Right. Yeah.
But it only works if you have like if you win the silicon lottery essentially. If you have one of the higher binned models that just didn't quite make the cut for the next one. So 52 compute units in the Xbox Series X to 20 in the S.
The Xbox One X to be like the same level as, like, say, a mid-range PC, or slightly less or higher than that? What are you expecting? Like,
So that's what a lot of people were thinking until Nvidia released their new cards. Hang on,
So now we're saying slower.
Let's
Downgrade.
compare.
Bigger downgrade.
See if we can get a decent image. That's rumored. Where's the ones from the briefing? Like there's his face. Just show us the charts he had. Okay, I don't know. Okay, confirmed. So that looks like those are proper specs. So we've got not a lot to compare really, because it's doing CUDA cores instead of compute units.
That's fine. We can come back to that.
Yeah, I can't find much. What's this?
Yeah. So if we look at the GPUs then.
That's 20 to 80.
So the Xbox Series X, it's got an AMD RDNA 2 GPU, 52 CUs, 1.8 gigahertz GPU.
So to compare that with the 3080, let's see. The boost clock for the 3080 is 1.7 megahertz. So that's about on par. But I don't imagine the Xbox has the same level of GPU in it. I can't find the compute units on this spec sheet. I think honestly, I think compute units are generally not too important anymore. But we do have a teraflops count. So we've got 12 teraflops on the Series X. The 3080, it has 29.8 teraflops. So it's looking to be maybe three times the power of the Xbox Series X GPU.
Okay, so it is, yeah, proper. When them cards come out, it'll then be a low mid ranger.
Yeah. So consoles still in their place, it seems, at the moment.
Well, the Series S just becomes the Xbox One S then.
It's pretty much.
Slightly upgraded. Well, it will be a decent upgrade.
It will, yeah.
But for 250 quid, 299 US dollars.
Okay, let's see. So teraflops. They aren't showing teraflops on Nvidia's actual website. What the hell?
You just have to hope that the Series S doesn't just kind of die if no one buys it.
Yeah.
Stop making games for it.
Well, the games will be the same either way, won't it? Or do you mean the old Series S?
No, the Series S.
Right. Yeah, like the games will be the same, just it'll be better on Xbox One Series X, I think.
Okay, yeah. Because I mean, you've downloaded games anyway onto the.
So,
anyway.
oh wow. So compared to the Series S, its GPU power is 4 teraflops. The 3070 has 40 teraflops.
40.
40 teraflops.
10 times the Xbox Series S.
Engadget. Nvidia's 3000 cards make counting teraflops pointless. Schrodinger's CUDA core.
So then looking at the RAM is quite interesting.
Mm-hmm. So the RAM. Okay. Oh, wait. What's this? Okay. So they've got 16 gigabytes of RAM, 10 gigabytes at 560 gigabits per second, and 6 gigabytes at 336 gigabytes a second. And then 10 gigabytes on the Series S with the same sort of thing, but oh wow, those speeds are a lot different. So 8 gigabyte speed is about halved, and the 2 gigabyte speed is
about a sixth.
Yeah, damn. Okay. So I think that's gonna be where a lot of the performance difference is. I imagine that's why this isn't trying to claim like 4K either, because you generally need much faster RAM and memory to run 4K stuff. So they say claiming 1440p at 60 FPS for the Series S, and 4K at 60 FPS up to 120 for the Series X.
What, the Xbox One X?
Mm-hmm.
Was that 1440p or was that 4K?
One S is 1440p.
No,
wait. The Series S is 1440p.
The Xbox One X, the one that
that can play 4K 30 and 60 on some games, but generally I think it's upsampled.
Is the Xbox Series X just a kind of toned up Xbox One X?
Pretty much, because I think, don't quote me on this, but I could have sworn I heard that the games are going to be cross-compatible both ways.
Mm-hmm.
So like you can play the new games on the old Xbox Ones, but they'll probably, a lot of them will probably just play like shit. So storage is interesting. They got the option to compress your storage to get more. Why have they still only got half a gigabyte and a terabyte?
Why are you only still doing max 1 terabyte? That's what I have with my Xbox One X.
Like granted, it's an SSD.
Oh yeah.
But still.
And then the 512, yeah. I mean.
So can you only have a single 1 terabyte expansion card for both of them? Can you not just plug in an external hard drive or something? Because from what I've heard, a lot of the reason why the new consoles can perform the way they do is thanks to a new way that they've built the storage system or something. Go away, Google. New way that they've built this storage system or something like that. The whole architecture behind it, like, so it's going off of what they said with like the PS5. How's it go? So essentially, rather than having like loading in multiple assets of something when there's more of something in the game, it'll read from the same asset and just copy and paste it in the scene. So it's not like loading multiple things over and over. It's only loading one thing in multiple positions. So that helps speed it up a lot, but you need instant access to the files to be able to enable that. So it has to be like on an SSD using this architecture. I think AMD CPUs will be able to reconfigure to that at some point, I seen. But I don't know what's happening with that because it's gone a bit quiet and sketchy, and I don't remember what the thing they called it was. But considering we're using AMD CPU and GPU, I think it's probably like baked into the whole Zen 2 architecture and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So all very interesting, but that is just stupid. It's especially if it's going to be like, you know, what are they called, for like proprietary expansion cards, so you have to buy them from Xbox.
Yep.
That'll be bullshit.
Here's the expansion card bet. That's your $200, please. $200 for your, so you can play some more games. I like
now this,
what I
this
do
is
like
yeah, go on.
They're having backwards compatibility with Xbox 360.
Yeah. So that
PlayStation isn't having.
I did kind of expect that when they brought it out for the Xbox One. Like, I'm wondering if the Xbox One will have forwards compatibility, like with the new Series X. Seeing as the old stuff, the old accessories are even compatible with the new one. Yeah. I doubt. I wonder if like the new USB-C Xbox controller will work with the old Xbox One. Can you imagine it didn't? Someone picks it up by mistake, like.
Oh, and how much are these new controllers going to be?
If they're not the same price as they already are, because all they're doing is adding a fucking micro C port.
I think
USB-C port.
I think they could up the prices to maybe like 60.
I always expected them to do that anyway. It's inevitable. I've seen them 50, 60 in some shops already.
Games now are peaking up to like mid-50s.
Yeah. Like a AAA game on launch is basically 60 quid nowadays. It's fucked.
Where are the games? Like, I used to love going to like Asda and like they'd have like games for like 2 for £20. Or Argos.
Yeah. And going into like Game Station and Game as well, and going through all the pre-owned stuff.
One Christmas, I asked for an Xbox 360.
Yeah.
I'd already had one before, but it went really buggy.
And
then I had the Wii after that, and then I asked for another 360. So my nan was like, okay, if you tell us what games you want, we'll give you some games. So I go on, I think it was Argos, and they had lots of deals, 2 for 20. So I just sent her a list of like, I would say 16 games. I probably just said, oh, just get 2 of these games because they're on offer. Yeah. So I go up my nan's then, and she gives me like what's shaped like a shoebox.
Right.
So I unwrap it, and it is a shoebox. I'm thinking, I thought I was getting games.
Yeah.
I open the box, and it's full of games.
Nice.
Honestly, I think there were like 14 to 16 games in there. I thought
Fair
it would get
play.
like maybe
Big
it
up,
would be
Snan.
like 2 sets of two, so like four. But no,
Yeah.
she got like, pretty much everyone I said to get. I was like, wow.
Fair play.
That's when she bought me Mass Effect, and then I started playing that, and I was like,
Ah, of
oh, I
course.
never picked that game up because it was cheap, and I would never have maybe.
Oh, damn. Might have never gone into it, but could imagine you not having played through Mass Effect.
Right.
Like,
What an amazing series.
it is. It is. I'm gonna have to play through it once they remaster it.
Yes, we did start the playthrough, but then they announced they were remastering, and we were still doing Mass Effect 1, which is buggy as hell.
Yeah, may as well wait for the remaster in it. So long as they don't do an Andromeda to it. Andromatize it.
Don't say that.
Okay, so to distract us from that idea, I just noticed something with the Xbox One, right? So let's imagine these are proprietary hard drives, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
And they do cost $200. Look at the prices.
Yeah.
You get an Xbox Series S. You need an expansion card with it.
Oh yeah.
So
That's
then you have 1.5 terabytes, which is maybe enough to juggle some games around.
So you're paying,
And
but
then it's $500. So you may as well get the Series X, lose half a terabyte, and get an expansion card when you have to later, unless you want to juggle, and have the more powerful console that has a disc drive, because the cheaper one doesn't have the disc drive either. Like,
so you
economically, I would think people that want to save money would want to get one with a disc drive, because you're gonna be able to pick up secondhand games then.
exactly. It locks you into the Microsoft Store. It's saying
Yeah, like you're gonna spend a lot more money buying a Series X than you would with a Series X overall.
and they softened it up with Games Pass.
Mm.
Like, oh look, you can have all these games.
Yeah, yeah,
It distracts you from the fact that you're now locked into the Microsoft Store.
yeah.
I bought stuff,
That's a very good point.
and it's always G2A, which always works.
True, true.
I've never had anything. I've never had a bad code.
I don't think I have either from like any of the online code shops I've gone to. Always seems to work out. But like, I did see apparently they've added the Series S and the Series X to the that purchase program thing that they've got now. Do you remember seeing that? Hang
What was
on.
that one? Sorry.
Xbox purchase program. Xbox All Access. So you get, it's a subscription thing. No upfront cost. You get Games Pass Ultimate with it and a console of your choice.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see what are the prices. Find a retailer. It's only America at the moment, it seems. Let's have a look. Best Buy then. Say we're in the States.
Oh, so I think the PlayStation
Sold out. Can you at least tell us how much though? Okay. Xbox One console. That's the old console, not the new one. I want the new ones. I want to see the new ones on there. Fuck off, Best Buy. You may not know my location.
Okay, so the PlayStation 5 price is out,
Oh. Exclusive.
ranging from 399 to 499. So their budget.
Okay.
What? No. That post is from 2019.
Oh. That'll be a leak or something then.
449, I believe. But all digital version could cost £100 less.
Mm.
So similar. I don't know if I like the way the PlayStation looks. I like to
Hmm.
look at the controller.
Yeah, I like the way it looks. It looks like Kyber.
I might, yeah, it does. I might pick up a controller.
I probably will because mine's half broken. Maybe. Though it was fine for the most part last night. Okay, so I hear that they've added it onto there, but oh, here we go. I missed this. All right, so you can get an Xbox One S for $19.99 a month. Why would you ever get that when you can get the Xbox Series S for $20.99 a month?
Mm.
24-month contract with Klarna, and you get 24 months of Games Pass Ultimate with it. Only 80. No, it's 24 months on the Series S as well, but you can also upgrade your console later on. Xbox One X is $28.99 a month.
20
So
months.
yeah,
What the fuck? Really? So you get everything included though.
that's with Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, which comes with Xbox Live and Games Pass PC as well, and stuff like that. Like all the Games Pass stuff. Oh, and
So
I think it'll include xCloud when that comes out as well.
it'll cost you £347 a year. So
347.
3 times the TV.
Okay, I can remember we ripped on the Xbox One S, but that's actually a good deal.
You reckon?
I think so, yeah. Like that's just over £700 altogether, right? And Games Pass Ultimate, how much does that cost for a year? Because I think that's like £15 a month, isn't it?
Is it £15 a month? I thought it was like 9.
For Games Pass Ultimate now, mind.
Games Pass Ultimate. Uh, okay, but get 3 months free.
You know,
Give me.
just tell us the prices. Here we go. Ultimate. Oh yeah, it's $10.99 a month. I didn't know that. So
Okay.
PC is only
So it's like a third of what the new one will be.
yeah.
You got
Okay.
what, 20 a year compared to 347. Yeah. So
So that's like 200. Let's say 260 quid for 2 years. Is that right?
wouldn't they just have packages though? Different packages.
What do you mean?
Like maybe if you just wanted Games Pass and nothing else, and then you can have the everything included package.
Oh right. So gold is included in Ultimate, but not in the others, and that's $6.99 a month,
Uh,
extra as well. Okay,
right.
so there's that. I've heard that they might be getting rid of gold though, apparently, but that's rumors. So yeah, that's not awful, is it? It's not awful. It's like
It's
maybe £800 total.
cheaper than what we used to.
Yeah, £800, 200 if you want to get the expansion drive as well. So that's yeah,
I bet.
I could live with that. That's actually not an awful deal. Like price of a decent PC build minus games and monitor and stuff like that. So
It's
competitive.
stuck for the next 8 to 10 years till the next one comes out.
Yeah. I mean after 24 months I think you just switch back to paying 10.99 because you've paid the console off at that point, I guess.
Oh, that's a buying the console as well.
I think. I hope it's not a rental thing. Um let's see.
So Joe's he's selling his PC, buying himself an Xbox One X. Is
Nah,
that right, Joe?
nah, not a chance. Um, so I gotta assume you keep the console, surely, right? It can't be a rental system. Oh, I was looking at the wrong bloody thing. Hmm. It's Klarna financing, so I guess that means that you're gonna own it at the end of it. Yeah, you own the console, so if it breaks, tough shit. That's another thing.
Mm-hmm.
So make sure you don't break it, because the monthly payments will continue.
Oof, can you imagine?
That's why I insured my Oculus Lite.
When you yeah, at least when you just pay up front, it's just all gone.
Exactly.
You're still gonna watch it drain out with interest.
Yeah. And actually, being as I mentioned an Oculus, that brings me nicely into this. There's been an antitrust lawsuit or something like that in Germany that's stopping sales of Oculus equipment
Okay.
because you currently can't use the Oculus Rift without being signed into your Facebook account.
Really?
Mm. So
So
you have to be signed in on Facebook to use your Quest now, but what do you think of that?
I think I am signed in anyway.
I probably have to sign back in because I know I signed out. I was
But
like, nah, I don't want that
what
shit.
happens- so when you boot up, it'll ask you to sign into Facebook straight away, and if you don't get in.
What's that?
Is that how it works? So if I want to use the Oculus Quest now, it'll like
You
when I
basically have to link your Oculus account to your
yeah,
Facebook account, and if you
and
don't,
it'll
then you
match like
can't use it. It won't work.
what it looks like when it starts up. Then like when it automatically asks me to sign into my Facebook.
Okay, let's see. On 18th of August, Oculus revealed from October 2020, new users could log into their devices from a Facebook account only. Okay, new users have to log in from a Facebook account only. Existing users will have the option to merge their Oculus and Facebook accounts, but they too will need to log in from a Facebook account from the 1st of January 2023.
Okay.
So essentially, there's not going to be Oculus accounts anymore, it'll just be Facebook, which is bullshit.
Hmm.
The headsets will still work for users who choose not to log in at all, however. But that's going to make it awkward for like buying games and shit like that.
Yeah, that is very true.
I despise Facebook.
Yeah, they bought it. They're buying everything: Instagram, WhatsApp.
Yeah, like they bought Oculus before I think even the original consumer kit to come out, like the version 1.
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
They play.
Sure they did. Yeah, VR startup. So they were still development kits back then. 2014 is when Facebook bought in. Back when PewDiePie was testing him out.
Man, that was ages ago.
Yeah. I imagine a time before 2016, but everything's safe and happy. Everything went to shit after 2016.
Oh God.
So yeah, that's another grim story the old gaming industry. Oh, and here's another one. Do you hear about the ads that were in UFC 4?
I did not.
So, some Amazon ads for the boys played in the new UFC title in between the matches.
Okay. When did this happen?
Not too long ago, I don't think, actually. Let's see if I can find it. Ads in UFC 4. EA Sports apologizes to fans after they decry ads in UFC video game. A couple of days ago, they apologized about it.
Oh my god.
Oh, apparently they added in the ads. So the game didn't come with the ads, but they added them in. What is that? Like, fuck off. Fuck off, Bezos.
What?
Me and Luke couldn't even get through the first episode of The Boys. Like,
Why is that?
couldn't pay attention to it. It was so... I don't know, man.
Oh, you think it's
I
good?
feel like we'd have to watch through the first season again to be able to pick it back up.
I'll
It
watch it
was...
with you.
But yeah, how fuck's that? EA at it again.
That's crazy.
So, you got any other points you want to bring up?
That's kind of all of mine.
All right, no problem. I've still got a couple more. So, let's see. Apparently,
Do you fancy having a 10-minute break and coming back for another hour?
it's awkward then though. With it's nice to be able to just export the videos without having to edit them and stuff. I can blast through these now anyway. So, Rishi Sunak has set to block the minimum wage increases in the UK because apparently we can't afford it after coronavirus.
Oh, yeah, but they all got theirs.
Yeah, I know, right?
Got theirs done early. That's
Yeah.
right.
I'm glad you said that because I didn't want to just chat out my ass, but I could have sworn that they gave themselves a pay rise at some point during this pandemic.
Each.
But yet they have the nerve to block it for the rest of the UK. Like, it's not a massive pay rise, it's like 50p, but still, the fuck.
The rich are getting scared and they're thinking, shit, we need more money.
Just because they can't make a basic economy function, like.
Everyone's too
No,
greedy.
not that I'd be any good, but you know.
Everybody's always thinking about how I can get money.
Yeah, I wonder how many MPs have offshore bank accounts, or I wonder how many don't. That's a real question.
Wasn't David Cameron?
He did, yes, he did indeed. Pretty sure Theresa May did as well. Most of the Tories, in fact.
Funny that.
Indeed.
That's quite funny.
Apparently, he did also try and put a new budget forward to put more tax onto the rich, but looks like they're planning to vote that down. So that's huge.
Do I want less money? No.
It was only going to be a bloody 5% rise in corporation tax. Jesus Christ. Most corporations don't even pay their tax in the first place.
You're asking the ones that are going to lose the money if they want to put forward a scheme that's going to make them lose money. Like, somebody else needs to decide this for them.
Yeah, like, they can't be voting on their own bloody pay rises and tax things, can they? Exactly. It's not right.
A little bit. You can't just do that.
It's fucked up, bro.
It is. It is messed up.
So, it's proper fucked because this I found this. It's quite an old thing, to be honest, so it might be a bit out of date at this point. Probably should be higher, but so someone on Twitter, I think, is where it come from originally, shared screenshots of the logic here. So I'm calling it Fredo economics. I'm just gonna read the text out and tell me what you think. So this guy reckons minimum wage should be raised to £18 an hour, and he's got the math to prove it. So in 1999, minimum wage was £3.60 an hour, and Freddo was 70. You could buy 72 Freddos with 1 hour's wage. Now minimum wage is it's a bit more than that. It's about £8 something. For continuity, £7.50 an hour, but Freddos are 25p, meaning you can only buy 30 Freddos for 1 hour's wage. For the continuum of the Freddo purchasing, for the continuum of Freddo purchasing, we need £18 an hour minimum. So it's gone from 72 Freddos for an hour's wage down to 30. More than halved.
What's happened there?
Tories? Is it Tories? But yeah, we need £18 an hour minimum wage, basically.
Yes, please.
Is that's equivalent? I mean, granted, that's probably missing a fair amount out of economics, but I, for one, am a proponent for Freddo economics. Makes a great deal of sense, if you ask me. So for my final one, I've got a bit of a double whammy.
Nice.
So Trump has been nominated for the Nobel Peace Prize by a Norwegian official, citing Israel and UAE peace deal. I can't speak.
You could not write it, could you?
I mean, I'm pretty sure Hitler got a Nobel Peace Prize nomination as well. That might have been debunked. I don't know, but funny to think about.
I mean, yeah.
It's not as if Trump's gonna win it, is he?
Don't say that. Don't say it. Don't say stuff that scares me.
You can try and say he's like got peace between Israel and UAE, but the Middle East is still fucked.
Yeah.
Like that doesn't change anything, because the president said, "Oh, hey, we got a new deal for these guys." Like, but I don't buy it. I don't buy it at all, to be honest. Like from the start, but within the same week, I believe it was, Trump was also endorsed by the KKK, North Korea. Well, these ones not so much. KK, North Korea, and Russia, neo-Nazis, and within the last week, Osama bin Laden's family, apparently. Osama bin Laden's niece says that only Trump can prevent another 9/11, and that's an article from the New York Post.
Oh.
I imagine they're citing the same things there, like the whole Middle East, the UAE deal or whatever, is Israel UAE deal, but like how can those two things happen within the same week? What is the world that we have those two headlines come out in the same week? I get that they're probably different spins on the same story, but what the hell?
Yeah.
Like, we need some sort of fucking continuity to all of this. Like, we can't headlines are the problem, I think. It's all the headlines.
That's what it is. It just, a lot of things happen.
It's just all clickbait headlines.
You're not sure about, and then all of a sudden, there's a big post, and then all these things happen, you miss them. So then, like, it misleads you because you're like, oh, how the fuck did this change?
Yeah, the big posts are the ones that get to social media.
Yeah.
That's where everyone actually sees it. And of course, the updates to any of the articles, especially like as it's going on, kind of stuff, or like ones that have an update clarifying information in a couple days, never goes viral for a second time. Like if corrections were made to the article, then no one knows because it only goes viral once.
Mm.
The initial headline is what everyone sees, what everyone takes as gospel, and then you're a bit fucked. I'm guilty of it. Like for example, with the deal for the deal with the DUP in 2016 for the coalition with the Tories, barely even a coalition, but still. It didn't turn out to be 50 billion in the end, but it was still 1 billion. Still 1 billion wasted.
But still a good chunk of money.
Yeah, that's still a lot of fucking money. A lot of the taxpayers' money. So, you know. But I mean, 4 more years, do you think? 4 more years?
I think it might happen.
I'm betting on it this time. I'm putting money on it. Trump wins. Though the odds probably won't be as good.
It's mad
I was going to bet last time. I would have gotten $1,000.
Oh, man.
Because the odds for it were stacked against him.
I don't know how someone with so much controversy, so like kind of surrounding them, can have so much of a following and an actual, like a presence of, oh, this person is probably going to win.
Like, just that whole thing and him being the president of the United States, man. Like, how previously, like, Bill Clinton was nearly kicked out of office because of his affair, I think. But Trump, I mean, he had a pedo running his campaign. Like, his lawyer was a fucking pedo.
Yeah, but that's why it's crazy. Like, everybody's seen all of this, but it looks like it's going to happen again.
I know.
Anything that everybody's now seen.
I mean, I guess he's onto something with the art of the deal. It's. I haven't read the book. I feel like I probably should at this point, but I bet it's all just like low key psychological manipulation. And that's his whole thing. He's just manipulating. Well, I mean, how else could he be doing what he's doing?
Well, that is it, isn't it? Because
I mean, you look at Cambridge Analytica, and that was literally described as weapons grade psychological warfare.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, he just knows how to spin it, and it helps a lot that he attacks a lot of the
media.
The news, the media agencies are against him. Any of them that are against him, he'll rip onto them straight away because he knows that with the people that matter, it destroys their credibility.
Mm-hmm.
Like all of his supporters are gonna prefer to believe him over the fake news media.
At the end of the day, it is the president of the US.
Mm.
Now, the leader of the country, is slagging down your company. Ruins your rep a little bit.
Just a bit.
I know it's controversial and they have got to report it, but still a bit. That is the president.
Yeah. Yeah, like I feel like he should have a bit more of a limited the one thing I don't understand is how like some celebrities don't even own their own Twitter. Like they can't even they have to like send their tweets to someone else to vet it, to tweet it out because their label won't let them in case it like fucks with their image. But the president of the United States, who cares? He can tweet about whatever the fuck he wants. If he wants to shout at the leader of North Korea and tell him to press the big red button while calling him Little Rocket Man, he can. I mean, to be fair, some of his stuff has started to get taken down for breaches of the terms of service on Twitter now, which is funny. Yeah, like some of the things where he's being threatening to people or and stuff like that. I don't remember what specifically, but it gets into a very complex argument then, though, with like the freedom of speech and God knows what else, like where that whole debate ends. I mean, I'd rather have freedom of speech than not, because it doesn't mean freedom of consequences, and the UK basically has no freedom of speech. Like, there's a few things that, like, there's a picture of a guy that we could show on the podcast that would instantly get the police knocking on our door.
Really?
Yeah. He's under the Witness Protection Program, and it's internationally illegal under UK law to share his face, his name, or any details about him on all social media or any part of the internet. And if you do, and the police can get hold of you, and if you're in the UK, they will, then you will be arrested and you will be tried, and people have been tried for it. So there's people in jail because they shared a criminal's image.
Yeah, it was the same for Mary Bell.
Mary Bell.
She was a really young killer. Like, she killed when she was like 11 years old.
Yeah, same thing with this. You know the kids that got that 3-year-old? Those two. They're protected under UK international law.
Yeah. But yeah, she had her name changed and she moved locations, and her grandchildren were outed. It's like, oh, it's not even her, like.
Yeah, like,
Do that.
when things like that happen, then if the people are gonna live, this is where I think Texas has the right idea. Like, I don't want anyone to die ever, but they ain't people.
No.
They ain't humans, so bun them. Like, what they did weren't human. Don't care how young they are, because they still show that pattern of behavior. And the fact that, like, repeat offenders like that, Texas them. But, like, they should not be out, and they should not have family. They should have lost the right to family at that point, really. If you have to be put into the witness protection program for the sake of your family and the, like, to avoid witch hunts of people trying to find you, then you're separated from them. So what was it? Maybe that they shared the family to try and get to them or something, maybe?
Yeah.
In that case, I get it, but leave the family out, people. I know it's a witch hunt, but Jesus. Like, you gotta leave the family out of it. Like, that's the worst thing about it. These laws are essentially there to protect the families of these people, but they should just be kind of exonerated from the people and dropped out of their lives anyway. They shouldn't matter. I mean, they can't have that strong feelings for their family if they go and do what they did in the first place, you know?
That's very true. Very true.
They can't have strong feelings at all. Surely. So, like, that Like I get the whole thing. Like mob rule is not good, but at the same time, these people are wasting everyone's time and money just to be polite about it.
That is true. So what's the message, Joe?
And to be frank, they're wasting our air.
Yeah.
So, don't be a dick.
Yeah. And that's it.
Be excellent to everyone.
Yeah.
Like, so the whole joke I made with Texas, like, death penalty, don't agree with it because, obviously people can be falsely accused, but as I said, repeat offenders, like, their cases are fucked. We gotta get away from that now because it's dark, it's horrible. Just be excellent to each other, innit?
Yes, exactly.
That's the only way to be.
Why would you be anything other?
You're just gonna make your own experience worse by trying to make others worse. So you're just setting the bar low for yourself. Like, nah, I keep thinking about it now. I keep want to say shit about that, but I'm not going to. I'm gonna ignore that.
Leave it.
Right. I wish we had something better to end on, but I'm all out of points.
Ah, fair enough. Well, we got a good, nearly 2 hours.
Yeah, solid nearly 2 hours there.
And
That's
the visual will probably be a little, that's kind of our goal anyway, 2 hours. But yeah, the visual will be a little less just because can't be as creative when we're not in the same room.
Exactly. It's harder to like bounce off of each other and everything like that.
But it works well. It works well enough. Hopefully I'll have some sort of camera set up next time my end.
Yeah. We need to test that. We wanted to get into everything,
It's nice just to see that this kind of works. The mics work. Hopefully we don't have any audio issues, and this will be a genuine episode 3.
Yeah. Take 2.
We don't have to record another episode 3.
Yeah, and
yeah, this is how it's gonna be for the next. I fear the next 3 weeks, up to October and probably further.
Yeah, so we're probably gonna be stuck like this for as far as we can tell, really, when we think about it. Like until next year, I bet.
So I reckon we should have some sort of celebration for the next time. We're back in the same room doing the podcast again.
Yeah, man.
You know what it is?
We should.
A while off and we can plan something.
Yeah, we'll figure something out for sure. Special episode of some shit.
Special episode, a themed episode.
Yeah, we've been talking about that, haven't we?
Yeah, that sounds good.
All right, sick. So, should be back. Are we saying 2 weeks?
We'll see how it goes.
We'll be back in 2 weeks for sure. If you're lucky, we might get next Thursday as well.
I mean, I'll have nothing else to do probably. I won't be able to leave that.
Exactly, same here.
Could see weekly episodes.
So so hopefully weekly episodes, and we'll have all our socials up on the thing properly soon. Missing Facebook and Insta, but we're getting there.
Find us on all social media. Just type in "what's he on about." We should come up hopefully.
Yeah, I'm working on the search engine optimization and all that, but Spotify, we're on most podcast platforms now. We go through Anchor. We are getting a few views on Spotify, it looks like, so that's pretty cool. If you type in "Woe" into there, then we come up. I think that's like our artist name, just WOHA. No wait, I can't spell. WHOA.
Yes.
And we should be within the top few results.
Hopefully that's sorted, so it'll just be a quick, fun.
Gotta try and work on it on the other platforms, but I'm getting there.
We are getting there.
All right. Yeah, hopefully next Thursday, if not the one after for sure. Catch you guys later. Peace.
Catch you later.